Hi, this is Rachel Stone with Commonwealth Computer Training in Richmond, Virginia, and I'll talk about working with tabs in Word 2010. I've already typed some text on this document and used the tab key. I'm going to go to the Home tab to the Show Hide button so you can actually see where the tab was inserted. Now this Show Hide button displays for us non-printing characters, things like a dot where you'd hit the space bar, an arrow where you press tab, or this symbol when every time you pressed enter. So I can see with each arrow this is where I'd press the tab key. So here at the end of each address I press tab, to the county tab, to the price tab, and to their upper lower percentage rating. Okay, so those tabs have already been typed on my keyboard. They're ready to go. Now they go by default at every ½ inch on the ruler. So let's open the ruler on our screen. You need to go to the View tab and check the ruler box. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit so my text is a little closer to that ruler. And you can see just each time the tab gets to the next ½ inch mark, that's where it aligns my text. Okay. You can see there at the 4-inch mark. Now I want to override just the default ½ inch tabs that are put in automatically with tabs that I set and create. And there's multiple alignments for these tabs. I can choose centering tabs, decimal tabs, and so on. And we'll demonstrate some of those with this list. The tab stops are here where the horizontal and vertical ruler intersects. There's this small box. The L represents a left tab. Then we have a centering tab, a right tab, a decimal tab, a bar tab, and then a couple of other alignment options. We'll skip those. So why don't we enter a centering tab to center our county. Now notice that my cursor is on this first line. I'm going to click with my centering tab at about the 2½ inch mark. And notice that jumped county over to that location. See, it's centered to where this tab is. But I actually want all of these lines to follow that. So I'm going to undo, and I'm going to first select my list. This way, whatever tab I set will apply to all of these lines of text. So again, just verifying there's my centering tab. I'm going to click the 2½ inch mark, and now that first tab is set, so all of this text is centered to 2½. Now I want to set my price so it is right aligned. So I'll go to the right align option, which is the backwards L, and I'll click at about the 4-inch mark. And you can see there the text is right aligned here. Now these numbers have decimals within them, and I want them to be aligned so the decimals all line up. So I'm going to click again to find the decimal tab, which looks like the centering tab. It has this little dot, and I'll click at the 5-inch mark. And notice how these are all lined up by their decimal regardless of how many digits are after the decimal. Now I'm going to deselect and take a look at my list. And notice when I click on another line in my document, I don't see any tab stops on the ruler. But when I click within the text, see, there they are in the area where they are set. So let's say I want to add another address. Well, I can see they're gone. What I want to do is click at the end of the line that has the tabs, press enter, and that will carry those tab settings down so I can add my next address. And there we go. Now I'll turn off the Show Hide button. I'll go back to Home and hit Show Hide again so I can see my list without all those additional markers. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Now if I want to move the tabs around a little bit, I'll just select the list again, and I can click and hold on the tab up on the ruler and drag left or right. You can see I can realign them this way. Okay, now let's take a look at this phone list down below. I'm going to select my list. I've got the name and the phone extension for my employees. So I'd like to add a tab here, and I'm just going to add a regular left tab. So I'll go back to my little L. I'm going to click at the 2-inch mark. Oh, this guy I forgot to press tab. So I'll click there in front of the X and press the tab key on my keyboard. Now for these, I'd like to have a tab leader, or the little dot 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 going between the name and the extension. So I'm going to select my list again, And if I want to modify this tab, I can go up to the ruler and just double click it. And this opens the tabs dialog box. Notice it shows me the address on the ruler where this tab is located, which is the 2-inch mark. And to add a tab leader, in this leader section you could click the 2 for the ... the 3 for hyphens, or the 4 for an underscore. I'll select the 2 and click OK. And see, there's the dot leaders. Now click at the end of this line and press enter. Add my next employee. Press tab, extension 2211. Okay. And that was a quick look at working with tabs in Word 2010. This is Rachel Stone with Commonwealth Computer Training, and thanks so much.